our school systems, fake money, fake teachers, fake assets, part of that same system. Government, education, Wall Street, or City of London.
And how does the fake teachers coming in from there, they reinforce those same ideas? They teach us to be employees, right? To not make mistakes.
Go to school,
right?
Get a job.
And it's very subtle, right?
Yep.
They don't say, I'm going to train you to be a worker bee the rest of your life, but they educate you in a way where that's what you come out.
Right. And you know, in Paris today, they have the yellow jackets.
Yeah, the protesters.
What's going on in America today are red for ed. All these school teachers are putting on red t-shirts because they know they're being screwed. They're protesting and all this. Their pension plans have been sucked dry by Wall Street. And what do? They put hedge fund managers in to manage the pensions. You gotta be kidding me. You put a hedge fund guy in to manage the biggest pot of money called the school teachers, firefighters, and police officers' pensions? They just suck all the cash out of it. And the teachers are going, what happened to us? But because they don't know anything, it's red for ed. They're out there protesting in mass all over the United States. But you don't hear about it. They talk about the yellow jackets. They don't talk about red for ed. So this whole thing is coming apart right now. And it goes back to the question I have always asked, why doesn't our school teach us about money? Because Wall Street won't let them.
That's simple.
That's simple.
Now, you got a different education about money with your rich dad.
Correct.
And I reread that book when I went out to see you in Arizona. And what really hit me was the hard lessons he made you learn when you went to go work for him. And I don't even know how you kept going back, but because it was weeks and weeks of asking you to do things, I think not paying you,
right.
But he was forcing your brain to be uncomfortable so it could turn it into kind of the entrepreneurial brain, right? What were some of the things he was doing? Because for a young kid, I mean, it must have been flabbergasting, right?
Well, I said, I want you to teach me about money. So why should I teach you? You go to school, my poor dad's not gonna teach you. I said, oh, finally he acquiesced. He said, okay. He says, but if I teach you, you work for me for free. And I said, why for free? And my poor dad went nuts. He says, if I pay you, you think like an employee. Your brain will change. If you learn never to work for money, you'll be a rich man. So my dad, the poor dad.
And the backstory for people, your dad was the poor dad.
Right.
PhD.
Stanford, Northwestern, University of Chicago, the head of education for the state of Hawaii, candidate for lieutenant governor of Hawaii, as a Republican of all things. They know nothing about money, and they teach our kids.
Right.
They're good people, but 80% are good people. 20% just are there for the pension and the paycheck, we know that.
And your dad knew that the poor dad was the one to go talk to about business. Like he knew that you should go talk about him about money.
Right, my poor dad said, go talk to your best friend's father, Mike's father. I said, why is that? He says, because Mike's father's an entrepreneur. And 9 years old, so what's an entrepreneur? And he said, well, I'm an employee. They're two different people, mindset-wise.
Right.